Hi there, amazing English learners. Welcome back to the channel. Or a huge hello if this is your very first time joining us. I'm so happy you're here today. How are you doing right now? Seriously, take a quick second. Are you feeling energized, maybe a little tired, or super focused on learning? Wherever you're joining us from around the world, maybe you're sipping morning coffee in Brazil, having a late night study session in Japan, or enjoying the afternoon somewhere in Egypt. Give yourself a little wave or a smile, because you're taking a fantastic step by being here. Well done! So, today's video is all about big dreams and ambitions. Specifically, one very special dream. I want to be a doctor. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe it's your dream, or maybe you know someone who dreams of wearing that white coat. To bring this topic to life, I've got a short, real-life story to share with you. You're going to meet my friend Emma Patel. Emma wasn't always sure about her path. In fact, when she was younger, the sight of blood made her feel faint. Can you believe that? But something incredible happened that changed her mind completely and set her firmly on the path to becoming Dr. Patel. Her journey is full of ups, downs, and a really surprising moment. Now, here's the really useful part for your English learning. Embedded naturally throughout Emma's story are 10 super useful English phrases and idioms, the kind native speakers actually use all the time in conversations, not just in textbooks. Phrases like get cold feet, a steep learning curve, or pull through. You'll hear them used in a clear, real-life context, which is the absolute best way to understand and remember them. Make sure you stay tuned until the very end of the video, because right after the story, we'll pause and I'll clearly explain each of those 10 phrases, what they mean, and how you can start using them in your own speaking and writing. It's like your vocabulary bonus pack. And here's my challenge to you. As you listen to Emma's story, try repeating some of the key sentences or phrases after me when you hear them. Don't worry about being perfect, just practice the rhythm and the sounds. Saying things out loud is so powerful for making new language stick and improving your pronunciation. Ready to try? Great! Okay, grab your notebook if you like, get comfy, and let's dive into Emma's inspiring story about how she discovered her calling to become a doctor. Let's begin. My name is Emma Patel. I always loved helping people, even as a kid. But the idea of being a doctor? That seemed impossible for a long time. Why? Well, honestly, the sight of blood made me feel really sick. Just a little cut on my finger could make my head spin. I thought, how can I be a doctor if I faint like that? It felt like a huge roadblock. I focused on studying science, though, because it fascinated me. One quiet Tuesday afternoon, I was volunteering at the local library. I helped organize books and ran the children's story hour. It was calm and predictable, just how I liked it. Suddenly, a loud crash came from the main reading area. I dropped the books I was holding. My heart started pounding like a drum. I ran towards the sound, feeling scared. An older gentleman, Mr. Henderson, had collapsed near the history section. He was lying on the floor, not moving. People were standing around, looking shocked. Someone shouted, "Call 911! Now!" Everyone seemed frozen, like deer in headlights. Panic started to bubble up inside me. Then I saw Mrs. Davies, the librarian. She looked at me, her eyes wide, and gasped, "Emma, you took first aid! Do something!" Her words hit me hard. I knew basic CPR and what to do until help arrived. But seeing Mr. Henderson so pale, it was terrifying. I took a deep breath. I thought, okay, Emma, sink or swim time. I couldn't just stand there. Someone needed help. I knelt down beside Mr. Henderson. "Someone, please get the first aid kit from the office," I called out, trying to sound calm. I checked if he was breathing. It was very shallow. I carefully tilted his head back to open his airway. My hands were shaking. I remembered my training instructor saying, "Focus on the steps, not the fear." Just then, a woman pushed through the small crowd. "Let me through. I'm a doctor," she announced clearly. Dr. Lee, as she introduced herself quickly, took charge. But she looked straight at me. "Good start. Keep supporting his head like that," she said firmly. "Tell me exactly what you saw happen." I explained about the crash and finding him. The ambulance seemed to take forever. Dr. Lee checked his pulse. "It's weak," she murmured, more to herself. "Emma, grab the AED pads from the kit when it comes." Mrs. Davies finally rushed back with the red kit. My fingers fumbled opening it. Dr. Lee was amazingly calm. She started giving Mr. Henderson rescue breaths. "Emma, ready the AED pads," she instructed without looking up. "Peel the backing off, place one here, just like the pictures." The machine arrived right then. "Follow the instructions," Dr. Lee said, nodding towards the AED's voice prompts. It felt like the most important test of my life. I placed the pads exactly where she pointed. The AED analyzed his heart rhythm. "Shock advised," the mechanical voice stated. "Clear," Dr. Lee called out. Everyone stepped back. The machine delivered the shock. We waited. Seconds felt like hours. Then, miraculously, Mr. Henderson took a gasping breath. His eyes fluttered open, confused. A huge wave of relief washed over me. The ambulance crew burst through the doors just then. They took over immediately. As they wheeled Mr. Henderson out, he weakly squeezed Dr. Lee's hand. She smiled at him, then turned to me. "You did really well under pressure, Emma," Dr. Lee said, her voice warm but tired. "Keeping a steady hand and thinking clearly in a crisis like that, that's essential." I felt my face get hot. "I was so scared," I admitted. "Honestly, I almost got cold feet when I first saw him." Dr. Lee chuckled softly. "Fear is normal, Emma. The key is not letting it stop you from doing what needs to be done. You pushed through. That's courage." She paused, looking at me thoughtfully. "Ever thought about medicine?" I hesitated. "My grades are good, but blood? I can't stomach it. I faint." Dr. Lee raised an eyebrow. "Really? You seemed okay just now, focused. You saw blood when we prepped him for the IV?" I blinked. She was right. There was blood when the paramedics started the IV. I had seen it. I hadn't even noticed my own reaction. I was too busy helping, too focused on Mr. Henderson. "I didn't faint," I whispered, surprised. Dr. Lee smiled knowingly. "Sometimes our biggest fears lose their grip when we're focused on helping someone else. It takes the edge off." Her words echoed in my mind. Watching the ambulance drive away, something shifted inside me. The impossible suddenly felt, well, possible. Even right. That night, I couldn't sleep. Mr. Henderson's face, Dr. Lee's calm competence, the feeling of actually helping, it all replayed in my head. The fear of blood was still there, but it felt smaller. It felt like a challenge I could work on step by step. I realized wanting to help people wasn't just a nice idea anymore. It felt like a calling. It felt urgent. I knew the path wouldn't be easy. Medical school would be incredibly hard work. It would be a steep learning curve, everyone said so. There would be long hours and difficult moments. I would definitely see more blood. But the thought of making a difference, like Dr. Lee did today, that outweighed the fear. It felt worth the struggle. I sat down at my desk. I opened my laptop. I took another deep breath, just like I did in the library. This time, it was a breath of decision. I started searching pre-med requirements. I knew I had to give it my best shot. The next day, I visited Mr. Henderson in the hospital. He was sitting up, looking much better. He smiled when he saw me. "Ah, the brave library girl," he said, his voice still a bit weak. Thank you, my dear. The doctor said you and that wonderful doctor gave me a real fighting chance. Hearing that, seeing him recovering, it was the final push. Any lingering doubts vanished. I knew, deep in my bones, this is it. This is what I was meant to do. I wanted to be the person who helps someone pull through. I wanted to be a doctor. I left the hospital room with a new feeling. It wasn't just hope anymore. It was determination. My journey was just beginning and I was ready to start. I felt proud tears sting my eyes. I was finally on my way. And that's how Emma discovered her calling to become a doctor. What a journey, right? Now, let's unlock the English magic hidden in her story. Together, we'll explore 10 powerful phrases Emma used. These are your tools to sound more natural in English. Phrase 1. Sink or swim, meaning succeed or fail by your own efforts, especially in a challenging new situation. Story example. I thought, okay, Emma, sink or swim time. Extra example. Starting my new job with no training was sink or swim. Try repeating sink or swim. Great! Phrase 2. Follow the instructions, meaning do exactly what the directions say. Story example. Follow the instructions, Dr. Lee said, nodding towards the AED's voice prompts. Extra example. When baking a cake, always follow the instructions carefully. Say it with me. Follow the instructions. Perfect. Phrase 3. Steady hand, meaning stay calm and controlled, especially under pressure. Story example. Keeping a steady hand and thinking clearly in a crisis? That's essential. Extra example. Surgeons need a steady hand during operations. Repeat after me. Steady hand. Well done. Phrase 4. Got cold feet, meaning feel too nervous to do something you planned. Story example. Honestly, I almost got cold feet when I first saw him. Extra example. She got cold feet right before her wedding speech. Let's practice. Got cold feet. You've got this. Phrase 5. The key, meaning the most important part. Story example. The key is not letting fear stop you. Extra example. The key to learning English is practicing daily. Repeat clearly. The key. Awesome. Phrase 6. Can't stomach, meaning unable to accept or endure something. Story example. Blood? I can't stomach it. I faint. Extra example. I can't stomach horror movies. They scare me too much. Say it aloud. Can't stomach. Excellent. Phrase 7. Lose their grip, meaning become less powerful or controlling. Story example. Sometimes our biggest fears lose their grip when we're focused on helping someone. Extra example. My shyness lost its grip after I joined the debate club. Try this. Lose their grip. Beautiful pronunciation. Phrase 8. Takes the edge off, meaning make something intense feel less strong. Story example. Helping others takes the edge off your own fear. Extra example. Drinking tea takes the edge off my morning stress. Repeat slowly. Takes the edge off. Nailed it. Phrase 9. Step by step, meaning slowly and carefully, one part at a time. Story example. I'll overcome my fear step by step. Extra example. Learn guitar step by step. Don't rush. Together now. Step by step. Super. Phrase 10. Steep learning curve, meaning something difficult that requires quick learning. Story example. Medical school would be a steep learning curve. Extra example. Using advanced software has a steep learning curve for beginners. Your turn. Steep learning curve. Fantastic! Phrase 11. Give it my best shot, meaning try as hard as I possibly can. Story example. I knew I had to give it my best shot. Extra example. Even if I fail the exam, I'll give it my best shot. Say it with energy. Give it my best shot. Yes! Phrase 12. This is it, meaning this is the important moment I've waited for. Story example. I knew deep in my bones this is it. Extra example. When the concert began, I thought, this is it. Repeat firmly. This is it. Powerful. Phrase 13. Pull through, meaning recover from something difficult like illness or trouble. Story example. I wanted to help someone pull through. Extra example. After surgery, Grandma pulled through thanks to her doctors. Last one, say it strong. Pull through. Brilliant work today.
And that's a wrap. You did amazing today. Seriously. Listening to Emma's story, learning those 10 powerful phrases, that's a huge step for your English journey. Now, here's my challenge for you this week. Try using just one of these phrases in a real conversation. Maybe tell a friend, learning guitar has a steep learning curve. Or text someone, you'll pull through. Don't overthink it. Give it a go. Every time you use English in real life, you grow stronger. Want to keep practicing anytime? I've got you covered. Download the free PDF summary. It includes Emma's full story, all 10 phrases with examples, and space for your own sentences. Grab it right now using the link in the description below. It's your little boost between lessons. If this video helped you, do me a huge favor. Tap that like button. It helps more learners find us. Subscribe and hit the bell. We drop new stories every Thursday. Comment below with your favorite phrase. Was it sink or swim? Give it my best shot? I read every single one. Remember, English isn't about being perfect. It's about connecting, sharing stories, and bravely trying. You've got so much potential, and I'm so glad you're here. Keep shining. Until next time, keep learning, keep speaking, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.